Comic book people out there, DC has a new series it just recently started called Scooby Doo Apocalypse. This has nothing to do whatsoever with the superhero genre, and it doesn't have anything to do with past Scooby Doo stories either. This is definitely not a kidified book, but it's also not an adult level where it'd be rated R. It's more like a rated PG-13 with some sexual innuendos here and there, and a very adult topic with the apocalypse taking place on Earth. This was written by Griffin and J.M. DeMatteis. It was illustrated by Howard Porter. The premise takes place in a different continuity where the Scooby Gang has not met yet. Each of them are doing their own individual thing, but it is something that's much more modern and what they probably would be doing in today's society. Mr. Rogers, also known as Shaggy, is a dog trainer for a secret government facility. At this facility is Dr. Dinkley, also known as Velma. Daphne's a host for a dying TV show called Mysterious Mysteries. Her cameraman, also sometimes friend, and maybe something else, is Fred. Although wasn't Mysterious Mysteries also an Invader Zim? That would be pretty cool if both storylines took place in the same universe. And to round out the gang is Scooby Doo. Scooby's a failed experiment for the facility that Shaggy and Velma are working at. The front that this facility is posing is that they're doing experiments on animals to try to increase their intelligence. But it's really cool because Scooby has the devices hooked up to his head that create small illusions of what he's thinking about. That way the gang can actually communicate with him. Velma's partly responsible for the apocalypse taking place. The facility that she's working for, like I said, is just a front that they're doing experiments on animals. Their real goal is manipulation of humans. The scientists, including Dr. Dinkley, created a type of nanite that reshapes people's DNA. So the monsters are real. There's no rubber masks. There are no fake monsters running around. This is the real deal. This first issue was really good. I'm really interested in this. I think I like the idea of Shaggy being a hipster. At this point, he doesn't appear to be a coward like he is in the old kids series, but we don't really know so far because the monsters really haven't had a big appearance yet. The artwork is insanely good too. There's a lot of detail on almost every panel where if you were to look at the background, you would see all these little things that you didn't really notice the first time around. I'm especially liking Scooby Doo's design. He looks somewhat like the original, but he still also looks like a real Great Dane. I'm not too happy with some of the designs we've seen from Scooby Doo in the current cartoons that's been coming out, so I'm really liking the comic book style instead. This definitely looks like it's going to be a really fun series. There's some grim and grittiness to it, but it's not to the extent where you feel like there's no hope whatsoever. There's a second short story called When Shaggy Met Scooby. It just tells about how Shaggy started working for this facility and how he met Scooby Doo. All in all, this was a really good read. It's not something you take too seriously, but still it has a lot of nostalgic factor in there where you're reading all of these characters that you knew back as a kid, but they're in a much different type of scenario. So I am definitely going to continue on reading it. If you're interested in reading it, it is a DC comic, so you can pretty much download it from dccomics.com, or it's available at just about any comic book store anywhere. That's it for now. Thank you guys for joining me in this comic book review. Be sure to check out my Patreon site, my social media sites, my websites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Oh my god, how cool would it be if there was a crossover with Invader Zim and Scooby Doo? In the world of Invader Zim, everything seemed very dark, and there was something that happened in their past, so to make everyone very grim and gritty about the world. Maybe it was the apocalypse that took place in Scooby Doo that directly affected that. That would be something that would be really epic.